Rock the Ethereal. Today my goal is to get good or die trying at Heroes and Castles 2. I'm starting with the sequel because I find it to be significantly more interesting than its predecessor, plus the graphics are better. Heroes and Castles 2 is a 3D defense game in which you have a hero that has different equipment and special skills that you use to defeat a wave of enemies, in addition to buildings that you put onto your keeps, like towers, and units that you can summon in the midst of battle to help you fight. So, this game is unlike any other that I've seen because it has this interesting turn-based defense system. Now, what I mean by that is I can see if I look down at the bottom of my screen here that there is an enemy wave attacking my town, my main base, in 3 turns. So for the next 2 turns, I can check out these other skirmish areas here. I'm touching these shield skull icons because these are enemy territories, whereas the coat of arms turrets, those are territories that I have fought for and won. You can see that there's an ownership reward attached to each of these territories. Those are passive bonuses that I have just for having the place. So I want to find a reasonably easy skirmish. These are both 620. I'll just do this one right here.
Charge!
Because this is a skirmish, because I haven't fought in this territory before, I am starting the battle by myself. I don't have any base of any kind. I start with some funds. You can see in the little winged amulet icon at the top right, it tells me how much money I have to spend on units. So I'm going to get a good variety there. So I just summoned some priests that heal, some shieldmen that will charge enemies and block them from attacking others, some archers, and a bunch of footmen that have swords and shields. You can see here the enemies are starting to come in. So as the hero, I have an extremely strong attack. You can see the damage that my units are doing is minimal, despite the fact that they cost a considerable amount of resources. And I have my basic attack, which does this little chaining animation. I have a sprint, and this sprint will run out if I sprint for too long. I have a block, which comes in handy for mitigating damage, and one of my abilities in this class means that I can deal bonus damage if I strike immediately after blocking. I have a heavy attack, which deals slightly more damage, but doesn't seem to be very useful with this weapon type. And then I have one special ability right now. So, special ability use is actually really easy because you tap on the special ability icon, and then it pauses the game and gives you a menu of the special abilities that you currently have. At this stage of the game, that special ability is just instantly killing everything. Now in the top left, all of those icons are my health, my mana, my stamina, and my block stamina, respectively. So my block stamina will run out as I actually block strikes. And of course, when that is empty, my blocks will no longer be nearly as effective as they were before. As you can see, the skirmish mode is very much a free-for-all in that enemies will kind of spawn wherever. And so you have to constantly be scanning your surroundings to see what's going on. You can have a little bit of faith in that your hero, when sprinting, will move much faster than any of the other enemies, at least at this stage of the game. So I know that I can just outrun anything that could possibly be chasing after me, if something is chasing after me. Interestingly, the most dangerous enemies I've seen so far are these darn archers, because they're highly accurate. You can dodge their arrows do not lock on, but they will target to lead you, I believe. This goblin shaman is the new enemy that it was trying to tell me about when I so rudely interrupted the prompt. And those guys are obnoxious, if you've been paying attention, because they silence me. And when they silence me, I cannot use my special abilities, even though my special ability consists of swinging my pike really hard. Apparently, I need to not be silenced in order to swing my pike really hard. Couple more icons I haven't gone over yet. The boots icon at the top right is my population. So every unit I summon has its own population count. You can see on the right here all the info on this footman unit. The ground population is 1, and it summons 4 of them. So one summon of footmen takes up 4 population, and I can have a maximum of 100.
We've secured the location, Lord.
Okay, all enemies were wiped out, so I got some experience. As you can see, I'm a bit of the way through level 5. The font in this game is very odd. It's only by intuition that you can really tell what you're looking at. Under my bonus rewards, I've gotten 1 crystal, which I can use on upgrading either myself, my units, or my keep back home. And then I also got a rune, and every hero can equip 1 rune that will give them a passive bonus that their equipment might not give them. Now, because I conquered this skirmish and now I own this territory, I unlocked this passive, which is a research, and I'll explain researches in the next battle. Now, I have 1 skill point to spend, it says, but you actually need 2 in order to increase any of your abilities, so I can't actually do anything with that right now. For now, I know that I have 1 more turn before the enemies are actually going to arrive at my keep, so I'm going to hit another skirmish somewhere. I very much dislike the fog, but I don't have many other options because the further out a skirmish is, the more difficult it is, and they can get pretty nasty.
For a higher power, my lord.
Push them back, brothers.
My lord. We don't have enough command points.
Alright, so I got a good variety. I try to get a good variety of units every time, and it's always good to just summon all of the units you can in a skirmish at once, because you don't really get more command points very quickly. As you can see in the top left, where I've got another... oh geez. Where I've got another winged amulet icon that's telling me how many command points I have right now and how quickly I'm earning them. So I'm earning about 2 per tick. It might be 2 per second. I think that's what that's trying to say. And so that gives me the ability to reinforce my troops a little bit, but not significantly. Alright, those executioners seem pretty nasty. I don't want to give them a chance to deal significant damage. Oh, goodness. That was a large portion of my health. So already I'm being faced with an enemy that I have to be very careful around. I'm not sure what my maximum health is, but at 126, it's worth noting that my armor equipment increases my health by about 50. So it's kind of amazing how much damage the executioners deal in single shots. Definitely good for me to use my special on those and try to get them out as quickly as possible. It is reminding me to spend more command points because I haven't been, so good idea. And you can see here, I absolutely do need the army, because while they don't deal a whole lot of damage, they give the enemies so many more targets to attack that are not me. They're all kind of just one big force of meat shields. Now, I'm hoping that as I start to upgrade them, that they're going to be a bit more useful and deal some more significant damage. No, don't hit me. Ow. Ow, that hurts. Ow. These guys are nasty. Thankfully, my range on that special is huge, so I don't really risk getting hit when I'm doing that. I'm particularly enjoying the blunderbuss units, these short little dwarves that have these gigantic guns, because they have a significant knockback. And when the enemies are as slow as they are, that comes in extremely useful for putting some distance between me and them. Let's get a heavy attack off on this guy. Oh, okay, or the blunderbuss will completely backfire and just throw all of my enemies out of my way entirely. Oh, that poor dwarf. He just got whooped. And the executioners appear to have over 100 health because that one just survived one special strike. Oh my goodness, I am getting off kind of lucky here. I cannot believe I am surviving with 1 health right now. See if I can call a priest in here. Priests are great because they heal you for a significant amount when you summon them. So that was an easy 50 health for me to recover. Thankfully, I do think that the mission is almost over because I am not seeing very many more enemies. Somebody's having a fight way out here. Alright, not going to give you a chance. You need to get out. There's an archer picking on me. Don't want to give him a chance to shoot me.
We've secured the location, Lord.
A bit more difficult. It didn't say, the difficulty didn't say it was going to be harder, but it definitely was more difficult than that last battle was. Okay, so now that I have 4 crystals, I can actually do some decent upgrades, and I have no option at this point but to defend my home keep because the enemies are upon me. You can see there's a 1 there, which means on this turn they're going to attack here. Now let's see. No, I still can't upgrade anything because I haven't leveled up, so I don't have another skill point yet. I can come over here, and I've got the Castle Engineer and the Master Sergeant. The Castle Engineer, when I talk to him, he will let me upgrade the crystal, which is the heart of the town, and is the objects that I need to protect ultimately, and the walls, so that the walls can take a bit more damage. Then there are 4 towers. I assume there's 4 because... Oh, no, you know what? These must be position slots. So I can set towers in different positions. I'm not actually sure because as you can see they cost 7 crystals and that's a bit expensive considering I only have 4 right now. The Master Sergeant, on the other hand, will let me upgrade my units, and you can see the specific numbers that are upgrading and the numbers that they're upgrading to when I actually do upgrade them. I don't see an imminent need to upgrade these guys right now though. I think I might want to save for the towers. Seems like those might be a good investment. Over here, the blacksmith will craft a random level appropriate item. So the equipment that you have on your hero is in 4 categories: weapons, shields, armor, and runes. And I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory what they do. You can see I'm holding everything except for a shield because I'm not a huge fan of blocking. And then you can sort of transmogrify the appearance of one item into another. And then I can sell any weapons that I don't want. So let's just take a quick look at this. I can't sell this one because it is a starter item, and it won't let you sell starter items just so that you can't completely screw yourself over. Ooh, a longbow. That sounds useful. I kind of want to try that. Let's see, 10 damage, 15% crit, 8 stamina, 11 damage, 5 stamina per attack. So this is less efficient, to be sure. But we'll just get rid of that. And let's go into our equipment, and let's try out this longbow because I want to see how well this works. And now that I have spoken... Oh wait, what's the scribe do?
What can I help you with?
Oh, he doesn't do anything yet. I have to unlock that feature still. So I can tell which gate is going to be under attack because there's 3 different gates, as you can see here, but there is a skull over the one that the enemies are going to come out of. So let's start this wave.
To battle!
Oh hey, I've got like a little aiming reticule.
Ha!
Holding a unit's icon will enable or disable auto build. That is very useful. You can put several units on auto build simultaneously, which will cycle through summoning them in succession. That sounds amazing, to be honest. Alright, so I just put a bunch of units on auto build because that seems extremely useful. So it... Oh goodness. Oh, there's one more thing I didn't mention, and that is research. So research is one of those things I earned from completing those skirmishes and unlocking those territories. These are abilities of which I can have 4 equipped that I have to research over time when the battle starts. So I can queue up to 4, and then when the research is completed, that passive is then active for the duration of the battle. I probably want to start with heavy blows, regeneration, and then I'm not very pessimistic. I haven't had my walls come under a whole lot of attack, but I'll just get these because I don't have any other options right now. So how does my special work if I'm not using a melee weapon? I feel like I might have to have a sword equipped for this. Yes, it requires an equipped and readied melee weapon. Bow is definitely harder to use, but it deals significantly more damage. That was a lot. I have never seen anything but my special ability on that sword deal over 100 damage. So that's pretty crazy. It seems like this is the high skill cap weapon. Oh goodness. Okay, is it actually summoning units? It must be queued to summon a unit that is too expensive, like the pikeman. So let's just force some blunderbusses to come out. Because I'm actually starting to take damage on my walls, which I do not want. You need to get off my back, sir. He's very difficult to hit because he's so short. Alright, yay, the blunderbusses are out.
The wall is about to fall, Lord.
Can't have that. I actually forgot there's something I'm doing wrong here, because when you are at your keep, you have bannermen, and bannermen actually increase the rate at which you get command points. So I kind of screwed this wave up from the very beginning.
The wall is about to fall, Lord. We're under attack.
I am more used to doing the skirmishes where that's kind of inconsequential. You can't even have bannermen. These guys need to get off of me.
The wall has been destroyed.
That's not good. There's still a lot of enemies up.
They're under attack.
So even though my crystal's exposed, they don't appear to be very interested in taking it out. Just me.
A wall is about to fall, Lord. A wall is about to fall, Lord. They're at our gates, Lord.
Our resolve is too strong for them.
A wall is about to fall, Lord. They've breached the castle walls.
Unfortunately, bannermen do not actually attack, so he's kind of vulnerable. Stupid goblins are so short.
A bannerman is under attack.
They cannot break us.
A bannerman is under
So
attack.
I have lost all of the walls on this side, and I hope it doesn't cost a lot to have them replenished. Skeleton shield bearer. Ugh, what a pain.
A bannerman is under attack.
Look at all the goblins. Oh my goodness.
Push them back,
We've lost a bannerman. A bannerman is under attack.
We'll keep them at bay. Open fire.
See if I can hold these guys back with a couple of blunderbuss units.
A bannerman is under attack.
I don't have enough stamina for heavy attacks because my regular attacks cost a decent bit of stamina.
A bannerman is under attack.
Yes, I know. More blunderbusses.
Keep them at bay.
Because while they have a long cooldown between their attacks, they knock back such a wide area of enemies, and they knock them back very far. So they've got to do a standing up animation, and then they can start moving again. Okay, that I am not okay with. You get out of here.
Bannerman is under attack.
Get out.
Fire! Fire!
Come on.
Open fire! We'll keep them
It's
at
way
bay.
too early in the game for me to lose a fight. But the main reason for me losing this fight is definitely because I wasn't summoning Bannerman at the very beginning. That should have been the first thing I do.
Fire!
It needs to be the first thing I do every time I'm fighting in a place where Bannermen are actually available to me.
Reloading!
Thankfully, the blunderbusses seem to be pretty good at doing their jobs. In fact, I think I'm going to win this.
Fire!
I'm trying to decide if I actually like the bow or not, because it is great for dealing damage at long range. Oh, what the heck? It said to use a heavy attack to break enemies' block, and then I used a heavy attack on these guys and it didn't work. Maybe the shield-bearing skeletons aren't blocking, they're just invulnerable from the front, period. Which would make sense. Another thing I haven't noted yet is the radar. So if you look at the top of the screen, you can kind of see where everything is. So all the little red diamonds indicate the presence of enemies, and I believe that the green are allies. In fact, I think instead of being a radial radar, it's a linear radar, because the crystal icon is at the right hand side of it. So it's telling you what's closest to the crystal and what side of the battlefield it's on, because some of those little diamonds are higher or lower than others.
Victory is ours.
Okay, so luckily I did actually manage to finish that fight, and I got 3 crystals for doing so, which is awesome. Wood Elf Warrior, nimble offensive units that possess a fast attacking magic-based attack, extremely low health. Okay. Okay, I've unlocked the scribe. My walls instantly replenish themselves, so that's something I don't actually have to worry a whole lot about. Walls are kind of disposable, it seems.
What can I
The
help
scribe will let me replay previous waves to gain experience, study enemy units to learn how best to destroy them, complete various achievements to earn bonus crystals, and complete waves to discover new story and lore. So I can kind of look at all the enemies here, and oh my goodness, there are a lot of enemies. That gives me hope for how long this game is going to play for. And then it kind of gives me an idea of how long the game is going to go, because there's an achievement here that says reach level 50. Now, considering the
enemy is approaching our
low
castle.
price of this game, I'm going to have to say that it's pretty high quality for just a couple bucks. There is a lot of playability, but I don't know if there's any replayability, unlike the first game, in which there were several different heroes and you could complete each wave with each different hero to earn rewards over and over and over again. But I might not be far enough into the game to really determine that. It's possible that there will be more variety later on, so I'm going to keep at this and see what happens. Until then, I feel safe in making a recommendation, as this is one of the most polished 3D iOS games I think I've ever seen. There's a lot of content here, there's a lot of stuff to do, there's a lot of different equipment and RPG progression, and it was definitely worth the money. It's going to be worth the time as I continue to invest more time in it. Until then, this is Rocket Ethereal, signing off.